Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ask Andrea. I'm very excited to be here with you. I have about 1 billion questions that came in to my website. So I'm looking forward to answering all these questions. For those of you that are joining me live, you could also put in questions into the feed, into the Facebook feed, and I'll get to those. I'm going to, jump back and forth between the questions that came in and the questions that you guys have. This is all about health and wellness. You can't, don't bring me questions about, how do I get to Aruba? You know what I mean? I'm not really doing real estate or anything like that. So let's get started because we got a lot to cover. So I got a question that came in from Elyse. And Elyse said, for the past few years, I've had several health issues, adrenal fatigue, hair loss, inflammation, food allergies, but more recently, I've noticed a weird symptom that I wonder if you might be able to help me understand. I've developed wrinkles on all of my fingertips. The wrinkles are constant and have nothing to do with being in water for too long. Any ideas what this means? Thank you. So this is a really great question. So this is like visual diagnosis, right? So she has these wrinkles that have appeared on her fingertips. So if you look at the cells, right, our cells are hydrated. They are full. When they're filled with water and they have the fat on the outside of the cell, then the water stays encased inside. So something's happening to the integrity of her cells that she's losing her water element. So a couple of things could be happening, right? She doesn't state her age. As we age, we naturally become dehydrated. The water element naturally becomes a little deficient, right? So you see wrinkles will start on the face. They start on the hands. They start, hi, everybody. They start all over the place. So her fingertips are showing what's happening in the inside of the body. So the end of each of the fingertips are meridian points. So that means that something is happening inside her body. The water element is being depleted or the integrity of her cells are not strong. So there's a lot that she can do. But like I said, I don't know her age. If this is age related, she can just support her water element. That means supporting the kidneys, seaweeds to help hydrate, right? Get that liquid in there, marshmallow root. Beans are wonderful for supporting the water element. Hi, everybody. Hi, Vicki. I'll get to that. Oh, Vicki, that's actually a really good question. She says, hi, Francis. She says, why do I get panic attacks more in the morning than any other time? Then this is connected to your kidneys and your liver. If you're getting panic attacks in the morning, like morning time is liver time. It's a time where the body rises, energy rises up in the body. We're up and at, right? So if all of your energy is up here, right? Or if you have liver heat that's rising as you wake up, it's going to affect heart, right? So when the heart gets anxious, you're going to have anxiety, panic attacks. When the kidneys become deficient, you're also going to have panic attacks, right? So in the middle of these, right, and you have your liver. So the liver, your kidneys are supporting your liver and your liver is supporting your heart. So, there's a lot of reasons why you'll get panic attacks in the morning, but this is something to look at. Is my liver congested? Is my kidney deficient? Is my heart overheated, right? So we have to look at all of that stuff. Okay, so let's get to the next question. The next question is from Trish. Trish says, if I take Synthroid, I feel worse. I feel better when I don't take it. My TSH, that's thyroid stimulating hormone, was 3.9 when my doctor first put me on it. By the way, that used to be normal. 3.9 used to be normal when I was, 20 years ago. Now it's not normal. So be careful when they want to put you on medication so quick like that. She said, so I don't think I really need it. You're correct. I just want to know, will I start feeling sad or stressed out from not taking it? No, you said in your note to me, you said, when I take Synthroid, I feel worse. So you don't have to listen to me. Listen to yourself. Your physical body is saying, I feel worse when I take this, so don't take it. But also, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you that stuff. I can tell you to listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Your body is very wise. Okay. So Trish also put in, she said, she watched, she said, Elyse and Trish watched the same thing? Oh my gosh. Elyse said, I just watched your speech, Thyroid and Adrenal Health, at the Take Back Your Health conference. I love the Take Back Your Health conference. Oh, I'll be at Pasadena Take Back Your Health conference in May. For those of you on the West Coast, this is the first time I'll be hanging over there with you guys. She says, in it you discuss not sticking to a restrictive diet past the time of its usefulness. I'm wondering how this fits with food allergies and sensitivities. I was experiencing extreme pain from inflammation of my ribs and sternum. After years of experimenting, I finally found that dairy was causing this inflammation. I no longer consume dairy, and I haven't had the swelling or pain since I quit. Would you advise me to reintroduce dairy later? To be quite honest, that possibility scares me. Okay, so in that talk at the Take Back Your Health conference, that was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, where I discussed not sticking to a restrictive diet past the time of its usefulness, you said that you're feeling better, right? So if you're feeling better, then continue doing what you're doing. It's still useful, right? You took the dairy out and you started to feel better, so then dairy's not the right food for you. There's many other foods that you can eat. So you said, to be quite honest, that possibility scares me. If you're scared of it, then don't put it in your body, right? Because then you're going to have stress, and the stress is not, you're not going to be able to digest it at all. So be very conscious of that stuff. Listen to, to yourself and what you're saying to yourself, because if you are scared of something, don't put it. If you're scared of a food substance, don't put it in. You have to actually come at it from a neutral position. Right? So if you come at it from a neutral position, then it may have an effect or it may not have an effect. If you come at it from a scared position, it's going to have an effect. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to get to you guys' questions. I have more here first, and then I'll bounce back and forth between you guys. We have some time here. Trish says, I just want to tell you that after listening to your talk, where have you been our whole life? You make more sense than anyone I've ever heard. Can you move next door to me? Just kidding, but you're amazing. I need to get your books. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, Trish, my books, you open them up, it's like you have me in your house. There's Andrea. You can stick me in the pillow with you and go to bed at night. It's good bedtime reading. Okay, so this question came in. Actually, let me take one from here, one from you guys that are just, putting in these questions. Let's see. Good. I'm glad you're learning, Amy. I love that. Francine says, is it safe to do the Master Cleanse if you are hypo for just 10 days? Yeah, like Master Cleanse, it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't do Master Cleanse if you have trouble with blood sugar, right? Because it's a lot of maple syrup. So you have to, where's your blood sugar at, right? That's something to consider. Okay, Carrison says, that's a great name, Carrison-van Der Heide Beth. I don't know how to say it right, but that's a really, really good name. A new client starts tonight, flushing and hives with most meals. Not MCAS, does have a gluten allergy, marriage troubles, thinking of FODMAP and or SIBO. Thoughts on a probiotic? So it's a lot. If she's flushing and gets hives with most meals, first of all, she needs to relax. She said that she's in a bad marriage, right? Marriage troubles. So is she sitting down, when she's sitting down to her meals, is she stressed? Because if she's stressed, she's not going to be able to digest, and that's going to affect her digestive system. It's going to affect, her skin, right? By the way, the skin is the protection. Is she sitting down with the husband? Your skin is protecting your internal self from the external world, right? So is she sitting with the husband and having a meal and he's bothering her, or the marriage troubles, or at each other's throats? Because, boom, here comes the flares, here comes the hives, here comes the get away from me, right? So that's something to think about as well. There's always a lot to think about. It's never one thing. It's always a lot to think about. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to start thinking, right? Think big picture, think all that stuff. Okay, so Talia says, hola, thanks for being so available and caring and fun. You're welcome. She says, what is this? She says, oh, sorry, that's going too quick for me. She said, 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with hypo. One eye looked bigger than the other. I stopped taking thyroid medication 5 years ago. I eat gluten-free most of the time, paleo. I do eat some grains. This year, I started to see the issue with my right eye again and decided to do some blood tests. I'm in Graves now. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. She says, I'm in Graves now and Hashimoto's, but I have hyperthyroid symptoms. I have a goiter and one eye is bulging a little. Went to an integrative doctor and he gave treatment to heal leaky gut, elimination diet for 6 months, and Tapazole. Tapazole is very hard on the liver. It's one to be watchful of, be mindful of. I'm thinking that maybe the root canal is an issue in my thyroid since it is the thyroid meridian. What do you think? Should I stop the Tapazole? I bought your book. Thanks for this time. You're welcome. So the book that she bought was Happy Healthy Thyroid. I don't have any copies here. I sold out. Sorry, it was busy holiday season. I got all sold out. But you can find one online, Happy Healthy Thyroid. So she's going back and forth. When you have an autoimmune condition, you're going to go back and forth from Graves to Hashimoto's. You're going to go from hyper to hypo. That's just the way that it works. You have to heal the gut, which you're doing, but an elimination diet doesn't necessarily heal what's going on there, right? It just takes out the offenders. So how are you supporting the gut? You got to support the gut. What are you doing to cool the inflammation in the gut? Are you having seaweeds? Are you having mucilaginous foods? Are you having maybe some marshmallow root or slippery elm or something like that? I've got a good gut support recipe for a morning porridge that has slippery elm on my website. You may want to check that out, because just taking out the offending foods doesn't actually heal the condition. So that is something to consider. Oh, and let me just, I have you guys on. I'm sorry, I should have put the Wi-Fi off so it doesn't flicker in and out. I'm sorry, guys. So I can't do it now because then, oh gosh, something's popping up. I can't do it now, otherwise I'll knock everybody out of here. So let's keep moving forward. So Denise says, my husband was just diagnosed with fatty liver. He's been on high blood pressure medication since he's 17. Wow, that is something. He does not drink alcohol. He's very willing to improve his diet. Can you give me your top choices of food and which digestive bitter brand do you recommend? Okay, so he's diagnosed with a fatty liver, so he's not clearing, right? So you could use, you could totally use a digestive bitter like Herb Farm. They've got a whole bunch. You just go to any health food store and you get the digestive bitters from Herb Farm. That's wonderful. But I would suggest, you have to give him also clearing foods that are going to help his liver clear. So you want those phase 1 and phase 2 detox foods, right? So you want those sulfur-rich foods. You want the cruciferous vegetables. So if he's willing to improve his diet, get him, get some broccoli, cauliflower, kale into his life, right? Get him kale salads. Right? He's got to clear. He's got to clear with a fatty liver. He's not clearing. His liver is congested. So also, I would suggest dandelion root, dandelion leaf. There's a lot of things that can help his liver clear. Okay, so let's keep moving forward. I got Tara. Tara says, I have started taking, by the way, also for fatty liver, exercise is imperative. You got to use up the sugar. The sugar's there. It's in the body. It's in the cells, right? You got to use up the sugar. Okay. So Tara says, I've started taking an anti-thyroid medication. Should I stop? Are thyroid nodules reversible? Okay. So I can't tell you whether or not to stop your medications. That's something you have to come to on your own. I do, recommend that if you still have a thyroid, to start to heal and support the thyroid so it can come back online. And thyroid nodules are reversible, meaning they come and they go, right? So if you look on my website, you saw I had a huge goiter, right? I think it's called Radiate My Thyroid. No freaking way, right? Because they wanted me to radiate it because it was huge. It stuck out so big. And, that is a nodule. A goiter is an enlarged, inflamed nodule that has gone wacko out of control. So, it's tough to keep in mind. If you're still alive, you could probably heal a condition, right? So our body is amazing. It's a self-healing mechanism. When we give it what it needs, whether it's diet, lifestyle, emotional support, it starts to heal, right? Like the gal who's getting hives when she sits down to dinner, right? Maybe to heal that hive, she might need a divorce or something like that. Okay. So let's keep moving. Let me grab one from here, from you guys, from you live guys and gals. And like I said, I'm sorry, I forgot to put off my Wi-Fi because I could see it flickering in and out. Oh, Tracy says, I want more info on your appearance. I'm fostering a dog. Sorry for that little barking sound in the background, y'all. She's a barky little creature. And if anyone wants to see pictures of her, I'll send them to you. Just give me 45 minutes, doggy. So my appearance in Pasadena, California, that'll be in May. So if you go to takebackyourhealthconference.com, I think that's what it is. I don't have it on my website yet, but Robin Shirley, I'm sure, has it up on our website. I don't have the exact dates on me. I know it's May, but I'll see you guys on the West Coast. That'll be a lot of fun. Delores says, hi, Andrea. I keep on getting a severe sinus headache and I can't seem to get rid of it. Any herbal suggestions? Yeah, first of all, so your sinuses drain, right? They're going to drain in the night. They're going to drain during the day. So if you're getting a sinus headache, then this is getting congested, right? So, you know, to relieve upper congestion, something simple like red clover. Thanks, Denise. Denise is going to help you guys out with the links. So I'm going to say the links. She's going to help you guys out. Get those links. So I would suggest red clover tea because it's going to clear the upper lymph, right? So you're going to have this clearing out. Also, make sure, like, when you go to sleep at night, you're not eating anything congesting because when you wake up in the morning, you want this to drain, right? You want it to drain, as well as you want the lymphatic system to drain, which is the brain fluid. You want that to drain all the particles out. So, I would suggest, you know, something simple, red clover tea. It's also going to help with liver detox as well. It's gentle, it's easy, it's effective. Take it for, you can take it for long periods of time. It's really good. Okay, so I'm going to take a question from here. So this one's from Anne, and Anne says, hi, Andrea. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are hopping on and want to get your question in for next month or, something like that, you go to AndreaBeeman.com. and you see the Ask Andrea on the side. You put in your question there, and I'll definitely get to that because I get to all these questions, and I'll pick a couple from you guys here. Okay, so Anne says, I've been trying to balance out my gut flora with probiotic-rich foods for several months now, but I can't seem to find a balance. I'm constantly struggling with constipation and small white patch on my tongue that seems to change due to stress more than sugar. Yeah, that's correct. You're probably right about that. You're noticing. Right? So you have a white patch on the tongue. If you have stress, your digestive system shuts down. So this is showing a damp condition in the digestive system, right? And it's triggered by stress. You get stress, boom, your sympathetic nervous system goes on, right? And you're like, fight or flight. Okay, what am I going to do? I got to get out of here. I got to run. I got to get out, right? And your digestive system will shut down. So if you're getting a white patch when you're stressed, then it's showing a damp condition, but it's triggered by stress, right? Your damp condition, you're not flowing that way. Okay. She says, if I eat too many probiotic-rich foods, I end up having gas, but still constipated. I'm not someone who usually has gas, so this is troublesome for me. She says, I usually eat a bite or two of kraut, yogurt, or fermented pickles with my meals, but even a little bit seems to be too much. How do I balance my gut flora without having a bothered stomach? Okay, so you're not clearing all the way, right? So you're getting all this probiotic-rich foods, but again, quantity changes quality, and that was Giorgio Sawa. Even healthy foods in too large dose could be too much. So if you're having it with every meal, a probiotic or a kraut or a pickle with every meal, that may not necessarily be good for you, right? So have it one time per day. Remember, also we need to feed the different bacteria that's in there. So if you're eating just kraut, right, and pickles, kraut and pickles, kraut and pickles, kraut and pickles, although you did say, I think you said you have a little bit of yogurt. Yeah, yogurt and pickles, a bite or two of kraut. You may want other things. You may want fermented breads, right, to feed other bacteria. That also feed, by the way, bread. I know everybody's anti-wheat people, but I'm actually not. A good sourdough bread will feed the bacteria and the fungus that lives in the large intestine. So that's something to think about. Also, a daily walk outside of your food stimulates peristaltic action in the intestines, right? That's the muscle contraction in the intestines. So you want to take a daily walk. And relaxation. You might want to look at why is that first chakra, which is where your colon sits, why is it too tight? So that you have to look at more deeply that's family issues, right? So how's the relationship with your mom and your dad and your immediate family? Is it good? Are they, pissing you off? Like what's going on? What's going on with that sphincter down there? Okay, so let's keep moving. Joanna says, does the mushroom coffee really work for energy, for wellness, for weight loss? It depends. Mushroom coffee alone is not going to give you energy and wellness and weight loss. You can't have like mushroom coffee and then ding dongs. That's not the way that it works. You want to have a good overall health and wellness routine, good quality foods, good quality lifestyle, all of that stuff. You want to have that. Let me just turn this one off so that I'm not using both Wi-Fi and that this one flies better. Okay, so I hope that worked. Okay, so you can't, you just can't focus on the one thing. And this is the problem with the American mindset, is we're like, the one thing that I could do, the one mushroom coffee that I could drink, that's just not reality. I'm sorry, you're getting to bed on time because that's going to improve your energy. Are you shutting off the computers at a certain hour? That's going to improve your energy. Are you taking a daily walk? That's going to help with weight loss and overall wellness, right? So I think that mushroom coffee is amazing. I have one on my website. It's immune boosting mushroom coffee. It has reishi. It's got a whole bunch of great stuff in there. But I'm not going to tell you to just drink mushroom coffee. That's not reality. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. Okay. So let's see. This is a question from Nicola. Nicola says, hi, Andrea. Thanks for the support. I would like to ask, I've been taking herbal tea for hypothyroidism, now also herbs, ashwagandha, and gotu kola and red clover. It's been 11 months. I'm having a break now from them. The herbs, I needed to break from them more often, you said, as they had a laxative effect on me. Is that the herbs or my digestion slow? I weaned off thyroxine for 10 months, but my results, blood test last time saying I got a high TSH level. When the TSH goes up, it's your thyroid stimulating hormone. It's trying to stimulate the thyroid to wake it up. So when you get off your medication, your TSH is naturally going to increase because it's trying to wake up the thyroid. So you have to give yourself a window of time. And then remember that also there'll be times in your life where that TSH, your thyroid's naturally going to want to, your body's naturally going to want to increase the thyroid hormone at certain times in your life. So she says, too high. My blood test saying that my TSH level is 21. It's too high. It may be that I had bereavement. So I'm hoping I'll calm down. The next test will improve. Yes, when somebody dies, there is a bereavement process where every function in your body is going to slow. That's just reality. It's like somebody just died. You have to process that. Death is a process. It's actually the life force has been stopped. So if it's a close person to you, right, you're going to feel this loss, right? And loss is a deficiency, right? Loss is an end, right? A loss is, so your body's naturally going to be like, right? Mind and body and heart, you can't separate these from each other. They're all connected. So when you're in a state of bereavement, take the time to rest. Take the time to cry, to feel everything that you need to feel, right? It's very important that you do that stuff. Otherwise, some people will not be able to bereave and feel the loss. 20 years from now, they'll still be, stuck in a physical place because their emotional body, they weren't allowed to have the release that they needed. So let yourself have that emotional stuff. She says, what further things can I do to improve the TSH levels? I have obesity, a lot of weight. Although it's slowly coming down, that's good because that'll improve your levels as well. She says, I'm still exhausted, but increasing the resting times. I read your book, Happy Healthy Thyroid, and I try to follow what it says. Thanks. Yeah, so you have to be patient with healing the body and just give yourself time. Like it took me 18 months for my goiter to go away. Some people, it takes longer. Some people's energy, you have to gradually increase. So your weight's going to come down. Right? Weight's going to come down and energy is going to go up, right? So it's going to be a natural process. Not going to happen overnight. You got to be really patient. Okay. So Oh, look at this. This is the opposite condition. Somebody, Kasey says, how do I heal my thyroid? It's overactive, painful, and it's leaving me exhausted, right? So she's exhausted from an overactive thyroid. By the way, overactive thyroid, you've got to look at stress. You've got to look at stress. She says, it's a side effect from a stressful year where I broke both my legs in May. Oh my gosh, finally I can walk again, but the thyroid is now kicking my arse. Any help? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so it's interesting. So here she's got an overactive thyroid, and it's a side effect from a stressful year where she broke both of her legs. So now I'm going to take you guys over to the etheric spiritual place, right? So here is a person, overactive thyroid, broke both of her legs, right? So she's going at a really high pace, really, really fast, broke both of the legs. So when I was first studying natural healing, somebody said, a healer said to me, the universe is going to get you. And I'm like, what does that mean? So if she broke both of her legs, this is like a sign, slow down, stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. Stop the movement, right? Slow down. You got it, right? It's almost like a chop from the universe. So for you, for this hyperthyroid, go to my website. There's hyperthyroid tea you can try. You can also get off any caffeinated substances. You want to also probably heal the gut as well. But I cover a lot of that in my book. But that's something to think about. Did you hurt yourself recently? Right? What is the universe bringing to you in a bigger picture? Do you need to slow down? Do you need to stop? Do you need to stop and smell the roses? Look around, right? Figure out where you're going before you keep moving. And I know that's a thought. You gotta it's a very deep thought. Okay. Let's see. Chelsea says, well, actually, let me get to one here first. Carrison says, for me, is liver and parasite cleanse okay with an inflamed liver? The doctor doesn't know what's causing it. Sore under the rib cage, right side. Acupuncture is helping. Great, I love acupuncture. She said, I was diagnosed with Lyme and mammal meat allergy caused by tick bite. Okay, so you're probably loaded up with viruses, right? So that's something to consider as well. So with your inflamed liver, it could be from a parasite. That's something to consider. You could do a parasite cleanse, but I would certainly start to cool that inflammation in the liver. So barberry, great for both Lyme and for that inflammation in the liver. I would also suggest dandelion root. That's a good one just to help clear some inflammation in the liver. But get on a good Lyme protocol. I actually had Lyme about 5 years ago. It was 2012 or 2013. And I did like 17 different herbs a day. That's how I got excited about herbalism, get interested in herbalism, right? So universe stopped me with Lyme disease and said, hey, because I couldn't function at all. Hey, look around. There's something else that you're missing. And I was missing utilizing herbs. And it taught me some great stuff. So anytime that you have any sickness or illness going on, look deeper. What is it teaching you? So, yeah, I would get on a good Lyme protocol, herbal protocol, and clear the liver because it's taking in a lot of stuff. Okay. So let me come over here. This question is, how am I supposed to heal my thyroid condition if I don't have a supportive family, I don't have enough money? You could go onto my website, AndreaBeeman.com, and that came from Chelsea. You could go to AndreaBeeman.com and just put in the word thyroid into the search bar, right? And all of the thyroid teas and the thyroid recipes and all of that will pop up for you. As far as you don't have a supportive family, that's unfortunate, and I'm sorry about that. But you may want to look at some great books that can help you. Off the top of my head, I can't think of, like How to Build Your Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. That's a good one, right? Your Erogenous Zones by Wayne Dyer. One of my favorite books. I read that book like 20 years ago, and it's so good. It's called Your Erroneous Zones. Your Erroneous Zones. Such a good book. And just start to work on yourself, right? So you came into this world in a family unit, right? You came through a mother and a father, hopefully stuck around. So you have this family unit that you came in, and they're there to teach you some stuff, right? And your family will teach you amazing lessons if you're open to receiving them. So if they're not going to support you, your job right now is to support yourself, to learn how to be self-reliant. Self-reliant. So you're going to work on that self-reliance, self-esteem, courage muscle. Okay. So, thanks, Rosanna. She says nothing like a dose of Andrea to start the day. Put me in a little box, package me, send me off to people. They'll open it up, have a spoonful of Andrea in the morning. Amy says, would my food allergies affect the way my skin looks? Yes, of course. Of course, the skin is the largest detoxification organ, the largest, right? So you're gonna see what's going on inside the body if you're having inflammation internally. Okay, so let's come over here to Anne. Oh wait, this one's from Chiri. I don't know how to say that name. CHRI. Tree says, can Hashimoto's be so extreme that it can't come back? Trying to decide if take medication to stop the inflammation or how long would it take. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition. So whenever you have any autoimmune condition, it can flare up if stress levels are high, if nutrients are low, sickness, right? If you're bombarded with viruses, of course, that can come right back up to the surface. So with an autoimmune thyroid condition, you've got to support your gut. You've got to reduce stress levels. There's a lot of stuff that you can do where you can manage this condition. There's another question from Anne. She says, I was a prior classmate, 2016. So I guess classmate is either 2016, that would be, I don't know if she's talking about IIN. I was a classmate in 1999 there, or Arbor Vitae School of Herbalism. I was a classmate there for the past 4 years or 3 years. She says, Anne says, I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer in June of 2017. I'm looking for medicinal recipes to support my immune system. I'm on a healing journey and I tended hope for cancer. I'm doing this a natural way. I realize you cannot give advice. I'm just looking for recipes to try on my own. Anything helps. Okay, Anne, I would suggest, like, I like to send all my cancer people to Dr. Jody Noe. She's in Connecticut, and she works via phone and all that stuff, because she'll set you up on, like, a protocol. She works, she's like the alternative cancer doctor. She's great. She's a naturopath. I like her work. I support her. So, recipes with cancer, you want to make sure that your detoxification organs are working well. So anything that's going to support phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox, great. This is why all those cruciferous vegetables are wonderful for cancer, right? All of the brassicaceae family, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, all of that is great because that helps with phase 2 detox. And whenever you have cancer, you want to make sure detoxification organs are working well as the colon, as well as the skin. That's why they tell you to do skin brushing, right? You want to support your skin. You want to support your lymphatic system. You want to support all of your detox organs. Okay. So this person says, Rita says, I've started the journey to heal my underactive thyroid. Well, there's lots of thyroid people out there in the world. Underactive thyroid due to my pregnancy 3 years ago. I've chosen not to take meds, but to learn from you and to heal myself. I know it'll take time and patience. My question is, in your 2 years of healing yourself, did you ever have a cheat meal here or there or indulge in something other than natural food? Well, for me, I don't consider anything cheating. When I was first healing my thyroid condition, I was very, very strict because I had another diagnosis of potential breast cancer from a natural healer, from Nishio Kushi. He did visual diagnosis on me, and he said, your thyroid you can heal in 4 months. He was wrong about the 4 months. It took 18 months for the goiter to go away and 2 years for it to heal. But he said, if you don't change your diet and your lifestyle, you're going to have full-blown breast cancer in both your breasts in 5 years. And I was like, what? I was like, how is that even possible? I didn't come here for breast cancer. I came here to have this diagnosis of my condition here. I was like, what the heck is this guy looking at? And I know today that he was actually on the right track. His diagnosis of me was probably the most spot-on diagnosis that anyone has ever given me. And he did it by looking at my meridians and looking at my skin and looking at my eyes and my hair and my face and my tongue. He was looking at all of that, and what he saw was my future condition. It wasn't like, oh, here you have this gene and we need to take off your breast. It wasn't like that at all. It was like, okay, your physical body is saying this to me, and this is where it's congested. And he was right. I would walk down the stairs and I couldn't even, like, if I had my period, my PMS symptoms were so bad. They were horrifying. I'd take like a whole container of Midol in a 2-day period. And I couldn't walk down the stairs because my breasts were in so much pain. So again, this is, I wasn't clearing. I certainly wasn't clearing. And that, that was pretty apparent. So for me, it wasn't about cheating. It was like, what are my options, right? I want to heal the thyroid condition, but also I want to ensure that this other condition doesn't pop up in my future, or if it does pop up, I'm prepared for it, right? And I did have a little lump scare at 41, maybe 42 years old, 41 or 42 years old, but that cleared in about a month. I did a lot of work on that. I don't consider anything cheating, right? There's no cheating. You're here on this journey and you're having this experience, and, just make the best quality food that you can while you're healing. That's what I would suggest. Okay. So Elizabeth says, I saw you on Dr. Oz and now I'm following you. I hope to learn better eating habits. Oh, good. That's great. Deborah says, I have a fatty liver with high blood pressure. I need a good cleansing, please. Yeah, fatty liver. I talked about fatty liver earlier. So when you get this recording, because this recording is going to go up onto my page, just go back and look at what I recommend for fatty liver. There's a lot you could do for fatty liver. So this next one comes in. Oh, another breast cancer. So this one's from Tracy. Tracy says, my friend had breast cancer 15 years ago with chemo treatment. She tested positive for BRCA1, so had a hysterectomy 18 months ago. Now her joints are in severe pain and including hands. The doctor is now telling her she has rheumatoid arthritis. They want to put her on drugs. She now also has osteoporosis, looking for a non-drug treatment but in severe pain. Tried acupuncture, not much help. Currently taking Celebrex. Doctors are also pushing for a double mastectomy. So what is she going to have left, right? They just keep taking out stuff. Let's take this out. Let's take the hysterectomy out. It's interesting that she tested positive for the BRCA1. That's the breast cancer, and they took out the uterus. I don't understand modern medicine, I have to tell you. So like we can't change that. That can't change. But she needs to support her detoxification organs. So the rheumatoid arthritis is showing a damp condition as well as a possible digestive-related condition where she has this damp spleen. So that's causing some inflammation in there. She's in severe pain. So I would suggest for severe pain, natural treatments, St. John's wort, white willow. If there's been nerve damage of some kind, like prickly ash, but get with a good herbalist to reduce some of that pain. And also, if there's a damp condition happening inside the body, you're going to have pain. You're going to have severe pain, right? Because the dampness is going to be stagnant, right? It's energy that's not moving, right? Think about a swamp or a bog, right? It's just kind of stuck, right? So when you have energy that's not moving, you're going to have things that develop. Okay, so Purity says, I'm Purity from Kenya. I'll be turning 30, and all my life my bowels have been a problem. I go once a week, and I'm used to it. I just watched The Incurables, and I saw your story. Can I be helped? Yeah, so if you only go one time per week, then you have to look at that colon, right? So something's going on with the colon where and again, remember I talked earlier about the girl who has the constipation. Look at the family unit, what's going on, and look at the first chakra. So I would suggest picking up a book called Chakra Healing, Foods for Chakra Healing, and start to incorporate some of those foods for healing that first chakra. So that's a lot of fiber-rich foods will heal the first chakra. Roots are all great for first chakra. But you have to look at the emotional stuff. What's the connection to the family unit? And also, first chakra is fear and stress. So are you under a lot of fear and stress? Because that's going to clamp right? So you have people that have, and this is a good analogy, right? So somebody has fear and stress, boom, that little sphincter that closes up and nothing's coming out of it. Or you have the people that have fear and stress, it opens up and boom, they're pooping their brains out, right? They're scared, or you've heard the expression, right? The first one is scared shitless, right? And the other one is I'm so scared I poop my pants, right? So here we have these two options of what fear does to the body, to that first chakra, right? So fear, when someone's in a state of fear, that first chakra is affected, right? So this is ancient healing medicine. Look at the first chakra, look at the chakras for that stuff. Okay, so let's see. I got really a lot here, so I'm gonna just skip through. It's already 1:30. I'm gonna skip through a bunch. Erin says, I'm looking for a nutritionist who specializes in Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism and can plan a diet for me. I live in New York and was wondering if you knew anyone. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a health coach. I can help you with diet and lifestyle. Go to my website, andreabeeman.com, and look at the consultations, health consultations. I don't know. I mean, you could probably go to like, I don't know, a nutritionist that deals specifically with hypothyroid and Hashimoto's, but you just might want to get on a better quality diet, right? So the buzz around the world right now is thyroid disease, thyroid disease, thyroid disease. You got this, you got that, but a lot of times it's really not the thyroid. It's probably the liver is congested, the digestive system's not working well, the stress is high. And for those, and you live in New York, and for those of you that live in New York, I'm covering all of this information in my class this Friday at the New York Open Center. I'm doing a class on happy, healthy thyroid, right? What do you need to put into place to get your thyroid to heal naturally? So it's in New York, and it's this Friday at the New York Open Center. And it'll be a good class. It's like a 3-hour class. It's from 7 to 10. You get to ask all your questions, and we're going to cover a lot of this information. We're going to cover liver health, digestive health, herbs, foods, lifestyle stuff. We're covering everything. Okay, so let me take one from here. Nicole says, hi, Andrea. Thanks for all you do. For the past 3 years, I've been struggling with chronic hives, skin issues, and digestive issues almost every day. I get itchy bumps on my face that look identical to bug bites. They come and go. Sometimes I have stretches where I don't get hives for about a few weeks. It seems they appear randomly. Same thing with the digestive issues. Random nausea, bloating. Sometimes it seems like the worse I eat, the better I feel. Any ideas? Yeah, your diet may be too clean. Right? So if it's too clean, you could be in a state of deficiency, right? So we want the fiber, we want the food that's going to detoxify the system. But if you are always cleansing, the body goes into a state of deficiency, and then it's hypersensitive to everything. So something comes into the body, and it's like, what is that? Oh, what is this? Oh my God, what is that? So with the chronic hives and skin issues, you got to look at the adrenals. Right, are the adrenals on hypersensitivity? Are you in a state of deficiency? Because if your adrenals are on hypersensitive, that usually can come from a state of deficiency. That can come from high stress. It can come from nutrient deficiencies. So the worse you eat, the better you feel. You could be in a state of deficiency from a too clean diet. Right? So that's something to be conscious of. Okay. So this gal says, hi, Andrea. I am a IIN graduate. I'm working on my website and hoping to launch my health coaching business by end of January. I was working on my programs and thought to have one program, say, teaching children to cook healthy, and I'm not sure what it takes. I'm thinking to keep it simple. So during summer, children could come away and learn easy veggie dips. My intention is to inspire, and this is from Vanitha. My intention is to inspire healthy eating in children. Any pointers on steps that I need to organize such a program? Because this is for children. Do we need to have extra caution on signing any forms? You know, that's you're a health coach, so you know, like you're teaching people how to eat, right? You're teaching them how to eat well and take care of themselves. You know, like when I'm health coaching people, they do sign. They have an intake form, and then they sign that intake form. And the intake form says, I understand that I am taking this information, and I am responsible for my own health. Meaning, I'm not healing anything on these people. You're not healing it. So you have to have if you're going to do programs for children, you have to have, like, if you're doing health coaching programs for children, they have to sign something that says that they're responsible for the children's health, right? So you're just teaching them food and eating. They need that. They're not getting that in school, right? So they need that stuff. Okay. So Natalia says, all my youthful life has been spent fighting pimples on my face. I have oily skin in my face and the rest of my body and arms are dry. I do drink a lot of water. I have also tried diet products. Natalia, don't try diet products. They'll make your condition worse every single time. She says, I must say when I use a clay mask, it tones down a bit. Yeah, because clay is detoxifying, right? I must confess, as a health coach, it gets in my way of speaking to prospective clients about health. Having clean, smooth skin would be one of my greatest motivations for my business. Yeah, I mean, if the clay works, then, okay, something's happening with your detoxification system where you're throwing out through the skin. So you may want to hop on my webinar on Wednesday, Natalia. I have a webinar on Wednesday talking about how to understand what the face says about your health. You know, what areas are oily, where is it congesting, because then that's going to speak to which organ system is also congested, right? So if you're oily here, then heart is not working as well as it could be. If you're oily, let's say, if your oil is coming in here, right, then liver's not processing oils too well, right? So the skin is a natural detoxification system, and where you are detoxing on your body indicates an organ system that may be struggling, that may need your help. So like the first thing that I would suggest for all of that oil is to get burdock root. You know, it's a great herb. It helps you to absorb oils better and utilize oils better, right? It's really great. Put it in tea, and it should help with a lot of that. And it's great for eczema, right? People that can't process oils, and it's also coming up, and they can't process proteins, right? So I would suggest that as well. Okay. Oh, look at this. Somebody says, hi, Andrea. This is Molly. She said, I'm a New Yorker interested in attending your Happy Healthy Thyroid workshop on 126 at the New York Open Center. But I am wondering how pertinent it will be for me. I was diagnosed with hypothyroid minutes after I was born. My mom and my great aunt on my mom's side also have hypothyroidism. I found out later that I actually have lingual thyroid. My prescription for treatment is the same dosage as my friends, who have had to have the thyroid removed. I have concluded that my lingual thyroid means that my thyroid is not functioning. My question is, would this be a beneficial class for me since I don't really have a working thyroid and I depend on my daily prescription? Yeah, it will be, because there are things like when I was first learning about natural healing, a healer said to me, diseases run in families because families are eating the same food, meaning you're all sitting down to the same meals, right? So that's why a disease runs in the family. It's not your gene, right? It's not the genes, because we know today through modern science, I'm talking about, you know, not the science of the past 200 years, but the most recent stuff like Biology of Belief with Bruce Lipton and the epigenetics, right? That our genes just don't turn on by themselves just because you have a gene, right? It's something is triggering that gene. Is it stress? Is it a food substance? Is it the environment? Something in the environment? Something is triggering that gene to turn on or turn off. So so your mom and your aunt, right, we're all sitting to the same food, the same meals, sitting around the table. They do the same diets, right? So that's something to consider very strongly. That just because your mom and your aunt, and here you were born with it, right? Because you were in utero, your mom was eating these foods, you're in utero. So as you move forward in your life, there's things that you can do to support your thyroid, to kickstart the thyroid, to support your adrenals, to support your digestive system. That will all benefit your thyroid, to support your liver, right? Everybody's, you know, that liver gets so much abuse, especially in our modern world, right? Okay, so it's already 1:49 and I have way too many questions here. So I'm going to cover these and then I'll get to one or two from here. So Sheree says, I have a cyst underarm, lots of pus and pain, also a pilonidal cyst, family history of cyst, both mom and dad. Okay, so cysts, you actually may want to do a parasite cleanse, right? So a lot of times when people are developing cysts over and over and over again, there's actually little living creatures in your body. So I would suggest a parasite cleanse first, and then you have to look at liver, the health of the liver. So the liver is responsible for growths. So if there is a growth anywhere in the body, right, breasts, uterus, prostate, under the arm, cysts on the back, cysts in the butt, you have to look at the health of the liver, again, because the liver is, it's one of the major detoxification organs. And when that is functioning well, you're going to be able to break down the old cells, get rid of what the body doesn't need, and stop accumulating, right? So anytime that there's lumps and bumps, always look to liver. And I have some liver cleanses on my website you may want to look at. Okay. So Franny says, how can I stay strong all day long with unstable blood sugar? It's actually a great question. So unstable blood sugar, you have to, first of all, in the morning when you wake up, you got to stretch, right? So the blood sugar is unstable. So something's going on in your system that you're having these highs and these lows. So you want to make sure that you're exercising. You want to stretch in the morning, open up your body, get your systems ready for food, get your systems ready for receiving nutrients, receiving nutrition, you know, and I do have stretches on my website. I do the 5 meridian stretches. I recommend all my clients to do the 5 meridian stretches. My students in my New Healers Master Coaching Program do the 5 meridian stretches because when you open up your system, you're going to have more energy. Your body's going to utilize the sugar that is already there that needs to be utilized, and you're just going to function better, right? So I'll have to find that on my website. Maybe if you put in, Denise, if you put in meridian stretches on my website, I think it'll pop up, and then you could put that in the link. And also with, like I said, unstable blood sugar, you have to exercise. You have to exercise. You have to watch what you're eating. You have to exercise and reduce stress. So why does the blood sugar go high? There's a reason why the blood sugar goes high. So here we have, your body is perfect, right? It's designed as this beautiful creation. It's perfect. So if there is stress, guess what? Liver's going to say, okay, glucagon, get out there. Turn back into glucose because we got to get moving. We got to get out of here. We got to go, right? So this is when you're moving from parasympathetic nervous system, right? This is the calm down, rest and digest, and you go into sympathetic nervous system, right? Here you go, sugar, go, get moving, right? Because your cells want sugar. That's what they need for energy, right? So if your blood sugar is unstable, are you under high stress? Are you not exercising enough? This is all stuff to consider. It's all stuff to consider. And I have about 20 more questions to get to that I just simply won't get to today. This has been a long one. Let me just get to like 1 or 2 more here and 1 here, and then we gotta close up shop. Sorry, guys and gals. Josie says, I have hypothyroid and I'm drinking 8 greens, spinach, wheatgrass, kale, blue-green algae, spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, aloe vera. Is this okay? Or will it give me hives? Please help. Okay, so on my website, I want you to look up raw greens and hypothyroid, right? So actually, those aren't too bad for hypothyroid, but if you have a cold digestive system, right? So hypothyroid is a slowing down, right? It's a slowing down. So if you have a cold digestive system, and remember, this would work. What you're telling me, spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, aloe would work for somebody with, guess what? A hot condition. That recipe would be great for somebody that has excess heat, face flushing all the time, heart palpitations that are coming from liver heat, right? This recipe would be great. somebody with hypothyroid, if their tendency is to be cold and slow and withered, putting in a cold green juice like that won't work. It'll actually make you more cold. So that's what I have to say about that. Okay, so I'm going to take one more from here. Let's go down here. Let's see. Tracy says, I love your heart necklace. Oh, this is actually lapis lazuli, right? Thanks. That's a lapis lazuli, and that's actually good for the thyroid, right? It's good for the thyroid. The blue color in ancient medicine, the throat chakra is blue. It's a little lighter than this, but this is good. And also it helps you express healthfully. So I hope that I have expressed healthfully to you guys and gals today. And I want to thank you for showing up and for spending your time with me, because time is precious, right? Because what do we have in life? That's all we have is time. You come in, you have a certain amount of time, and then you're out of here. So the fact that you just spent 55 minutes with me, I feel blessed and honored that you took the time to spend with me to learn some stuff, to maybe get a good giggle, to grow. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys like next month. And for those of you that want more information about how to understand the body on a deeper level, my new Healers Master Coaching Program is launching this week. We have it every year, and I have a webinar tomorrow night on what it's all about, how you can understand the body on a deeper level. You may want to hop on that webinar. And also for those of you that live in New York and are having trouble with your thyroid, I'm teaching live at the New York Open Center on Friday night. So once again, thank you for coming out. I'm sending you guys a whole lot of love and good energy and good healing vibes. And when you sit down to lunch or dinner, just relax. It's all good. Okay? It's all good. All right, guys and gals. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.